morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio, so today we need to talk about all of the world's promos. The World Championships is happening this week/weekend. I need to make some videos in advance, so I wasn't spending my whole time at Worlds making videos, and I thought this would be a very interesting topic. Or should I say tropic? That's a really bad segue, but the first one we ever saw was Tropical Wind. Now, this is where it gets a little bit awkward, because you see, Tropical Wind was the World's promo in 2004, and basically, 2004 was the first World Championships. Now, if we're talking about proper World Championships, run by the Pokémon Company after taking the game over from Wizards of the Coast, no issue, this is it. However, there was a Tropical Mega Battle, which happened in 1999, which is usually seen as the precursor to the World Championships. And that also had Tropical Mega Battle, although it did have different artwork. And actually there was a promo card that was made available in Japan, or should I say in Japanese, for the 2001 Tropical Mega Battle. Shout out to Bulbapedia for helping me out with some of this information. So, yeah, the different artwork, and you can see all three of those, you've got different artwork on them. It gets updated every time. So up till 2004, we'd had one or three promos, depending how you look at it, and they had all been Tropical Wind. Lovely. What does Tropical Wind do? Well, you flip a coin, and if heads, you remove 2 damage counters from each active Pokemon. That is to say, yours and your opponent's. There has been double battle formats in the past, but for now, it's essentially that. And if tails, each active Pokemon is now asleep. So either you put them both to sleep, or you heal them both. It's a fun little card, but like most of them, there is a gigantic flashing exception we'll get to in a moment. This isn't a playable card. And it's not supposed to be a playable card. That's kind of the whole point. It's not supposed to be a playable card. Because the problem, and we will get there in a moment, the problem with making a card playable that is a Worlds promo is that you either have to do one of two things. Either you make it available very widely, which really defeats the object of making it a Worlds promo, or you don't make it widely available, and then you've got this really playable card hanging around that the majority of the player base can't get. That's a little bit of a problem. And you'll notice there that up in 2004, we are very much in Gen 3 territory. So what do we see prominently on the card? We see the first partner Pokemon. I should say, one theme you'll see as we go through, these World promos always have Psyduck on. Somebody who's something to do with this, I forget exactly who, loves Psyduck. Psyduck is always on the World's promo. I have not seen the art for the World's promo this year, at least as I record this. I'm telling you it's got Psyduck on it, because it always has Psyduck on it. But then we had a little bit of a change. In 2005, we switched, and we said hello for the first time to Tropical Tidal Wave. I know, different card. And this is again this is a different card, but it's very much the same kind of thing. So you'll notice that we are clearly in Gen 3 territory, because in 2005, we are still very much in Gen 3. So we're showing off Gen 3 Pokemon on this new card, Tropical Tidal Wave. And in 2006, we get the same card. Different artwork. Once again, Psyduck is featured, although in both of them, Psyduck's not having a good time. But again, we've got prominent Gen 3 Pokemon that we see in both of these. I mean, Wailmer, come on, who doesn't love a good Wailmer? And the whole point of this is really simply, in these promo cards, what they tend to do is they show you Pikachu and Psyduck, some prominent Pokemon from whatever is the generation at that moment when Worlds is happening, and they've got beautiful artwork. It's rather lovely. And Tropical Tidal Wave, what you do is you flip a coin. If heads, discard all trainer cards your opponent has in play. This was when you would play trainer cards into play rather than just discard them. And if tails, you discard all trainer cards you have in play. Again, it's a terrible card. It's not a good card. Sure, you can get rid of some tools and things of that nature, but it's double-sided, it's flippy. It is very deliberately not a very good card. Beautiful, lovely artwork, deliberately bad. And then we get to 2007, and we go back. We're back to Tropical Wind. Now you'll notice 2007 is the year where Gen 4 releases, so you'll notice that now in Tropical Wind, we've got ourselves Turtwig, Piplup, and Chimchar. Very deliberately so. Worth pointing out that Diamond and Pearl did actually come out in Japan in late 2006, and then came out in April and June and July everywhere else, well, Europe and Australia and North America. So by the time Worlds rolled around, this was out. Gen 4 was a thing. So like this year, don't expect to see Gen 9 Pokemon on the Worlds promo, because Worlds is in August and Gen 9 is not out until November. That'll be next year. And then in 2008 and 2009, we again see the same deal. It's Tropical Wind, it's stamped with a year, it's got prominent Gen 4 Pokemon. Somehow Shaman finds its way on in 2009. We don't generally see lots of legendary and mythical Pokemon, but Shaman made it. And we are still very much in the Gen 4 era. Remember, Black and White would not actually release until 2011. So we are still very much in Gen 4 territory here. And in fact, Gen 4 gets a little bit extra because, well, it lasted a year longer than most. It actually lasted 4 years. Most generations last 3. Speaking of which, we then find our way over to 2010. And just for a single year, we're back to Tropical Tidal Wave. We've gone back to that one. Once again here, now this is an interesting one. You'll see we've actually got Hoppip and Marill on there. They're Gen 2 Pokemon. But if you notice the frame of the card, this is clearly a Heart Gold Soul Silver era card. We finished Gen 4 and then we went into a year of proper Gen 2 remake in the TCG. We always have tie-in sets, but we had like a little 1 year block of Heart Gold Soul Silver in the TCG. That was over the Worlds that was 2010, so that's why we end up with Gen 2 Pokemon here, although the Gen 2 remakes are actually still Gen 4 technically. But my point is, that's why we've got Hoppip and Marill there. They look a little bit out of place, but they're actually not. And then we get to the bad years or the good years, depending how you actually look at it. Because in 2011, we said hello to Tropical Beach. And Tropical Beach was the one that caused a problem. Because Tropical Beach was a very, very, very good card indeed. By 2011, incidentally, we have found our way into Gen 5. So you notice you've got the first partner Pokemon there. And you've got Psyduck, but in a weird little twist, we actually don't have Pikachu. Unless I'm being really stupid. If I am being really stupid, please do let me know. But I'm having a look at this card here. There's no Pikachu. Not all of them have Pikachu on, incidentally. Not all the Tropical Wind I showed you did. In fact, none of the Tropical Wind did, only Tropical Tidal Wave. But still, it's weird seeing it without Pikachu on. And then in 2012, we would have Tropical Beach again. We're still in Gen 5. This time we got the Monkeys, rather than the first partner Pokemon. But the problem here is that Tropical Beach was a redonkulously good card. It said once during each player's turn, that player may draw cards until he or she has 7 cards in his or her hand. If he or she does, that player's turn ends. And the problem with this was that in slow decks, stage 2 decks that need setup, this is phenomenal for helping you get rolling. In decks that don't attack, that seek to wall you, this is phenomenal. Because you're not going to be attacking anyway, you might as well end your turn drawing some cards. And we ended up in this situation where there were 2 years of Tropical Beach, and that was it. And if you didn't have it, you didn't have it. And this card was never made available anywhere else, and the value skyrocketed. If you were in Europe, it was actually a bit better, because when you qualified for Worlds, you got Tropical Beach in 7 languages, 6 European languages, plus Japanese. You get English, French, German, Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese. And European players can use any European language. So you would actually get a playset and a half just for qualifying for Worlds. But American players could only use English, so they could only use the English print and the staff version. The staff was in English. But Japanese players could only use the Japanese print, and that meant that the Japanese and English prints became very, very sought after and expensive. When this was legal in Standard, the price of this got absolutely ridiculous, and essentially this showed what we kind of always knew all along. If an exclusive World promo actually ended up being a good card, it would cause problems. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it caused problems. Of course, the one year I actually managed to go to Worlds was in 2012. I somehow managed to get through the last chance qualifier, and that meant I got myself my set of Tropical Beach, and I was delighted because there's no way I was going to be able to afford them otherwise. Although I did pick up a European language version of the 2011 Tropical Beach because I dig the artwork. Okay, and to be fair, there was a point you could get them for like 15 quid. That ran out quickly. And then we reached 2013, and in 2013, things got good again. Because 2013 started a trend that we've yet to see finish. We saw Champions Festival. And we've had Champions Festival every single year since. And this is a very good thing indeed. What is kind of interesting is that with Champions Festival, they've started to really try and, well, almost kind of reflect. And they've been doing that a little bit, so a lot of coastal cities, etc., in the previous years. But I think more so than previously, they've been really doing a good job with Champions Festival of showcasing the host city. Although, shout out to the 2012 Tropical Beach, which had clear Hawaii vibes, because, you know, that was awesome. So in 2013, we got the print with all of the Bidoof. That was, of course, the year it was in Vancouver, which made an awful lot of sense. Not quite in Gen 6 yet, but we will be by the next year. In 2014, we get the print with the Psyduck boat and all those lovely Gen 6 Pokemon. 2014 was the year it was in Washington. 2015, we get the print with all of the Ducklet, and I suppose there's an Arceus statue there as well. 2015 was in Boston. In 2016, we get the... well, it's got all of the Kanto Pokemon, the first partner Pokemon, but you can see there's very much a San Francisco-style tram there, because of course 2016 was in San Francisco. In 2017, we're in Anaheim, and we got a roller coaster going on. Obviously we do. It's Anaheim. In 2018, they moved over to Nashville, Tennessee, which is, of course, Music City. And you'll notice we've got the Exploud there, and the Cricketune, and the Meloetta, and it's very much a musical-themed card. And maybe the coolest one they've done was the last one they did in 2019. That was the last year we actually had it. It was back in Washington. And you'll notice it's set up like a museum. And they've actually got images of previous Champions Festival prints hung up as the Champions Festival card, and I think that is absolutely amazing. We have had official confirmation that this year will be Champions Festival. They've even listed it on an official site on Pokemon.com. We haven't seen the artwork yet, at least as I record it. If we have, it's here. But we know it's going to be Champions Festival. We know it's going to have a London flavour. We know it's going to have Pikachu and Psyduck on it. And we know it's going to be focusing around something to do with Generation 8 Pokemon, although maybe Roserade because of the whole England angle. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are all the previous Worlds promos. I love them. I think they're amazing. But now I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about making Tropical Beach that was a legit good card? How much of a mistake do you think that was? Which is your favourite promo? What are your predictions for this year? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! Obviously, I didn't show you 20 and 21 because Worlds didn't happen. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And to be fair, a whole bunch of non-card game Pokemon. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, where I answer all of your Pokemon questions. There's a Discord where we chat Pokemon, all kinds of fun stuff. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? And enjoy Worlds. Worlds is awesome. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.